That's their business model. Tell you not to bulk, you plateau indefinitely, buy their products, little placebo, just make enough progress. I don't know, I think I'm gonna bulk. Oh, you're gonna get fat, don't bulk. Repeat the cycle. Chest up, shoulders back. Welcome to Revival Fitness, everybody, and today the bulk is finally coming to an end, and I'm going to share with you guys all of the lessons, or all of the ones I can remember at least, all of the lessons I have learned bulking for essentially a year and a half straight. Now, this is not the first time I've ever bulked in my life, guys. I was bulking from, I believe, 2018 into 2019, and then everything got cut short in 2020. So I kind of got into the intermediate phase up to that point, because I spent nearly 3 years initially stuck in novice purgatory. All the stuff that the popular guys constantly talk about, constant tension, excessive volume, all this nonsense, right? Once I finally found how to train correctly, I was on the right path, and then the world closed. I was confined to calisthenics alone for a number of months, and then since the fall of 2020, that has led us up to this point. And I guess that's gonna lead into the first point I wanna talk about here, guys. If you do miss your novice window in your training, this is not something that's been like conclusively determined in research or anything like that. There are differing opinions here, but I'm of the opinion, to some extent, that if you miss your newbie window, that golden phase of the noob gains when you start in the gym, you may never be able to fully recover them. Now, does that mean you're never going to get through the noob phase? No, of course you can still do that. But I think you can make the case that somebody who plays hopscotch on the machines and does constant tension, excessive volume, all the mainstream kind of bro-ish bodybuilding stuff, like I did for all that time, I think you can make the case that you may never gain strength at the rate you could have if you were doing things correctly from day one. And that assumes, too, you're bulking if you need to. Barring very overweight and obese people, you do need to bulk to really add muscle to your frame. This is common sense, guys. People are still gonna come on here, oh, well, Jay Cutler said on do this. I don't care. I don't care. Try it out for yourself, bro. But if you miss out on one or both of those components, whether your training is off or your diet is off, I am of the camp, at least at this point, and I've lived through this myself, I think your overall progress, even into your intermediate gains through the noob phase, I think that's going to suffer. And once again, this is not a lifelong curse. You're not gonna just be stuck at this low level of strength or size forever. You guys can look at these pictures here. This is me in my tadpole stage. You know, this is not terrible, right? I talk about this a lot too, right? Oh, the bicep vein, and there's some shoulder striations, maybe some obliques, or a little bit of ab, because you're skinny, whatever. That's cool. And if you want to look like that forever, guys, that's totally fine. People seem to think that I'm like this imperialist bulking guy. You must bulk. No, you can do whatever you want. But I'm telling you, if you want to get big and strong, which is a key reason I would assume you're watching this channel and other related content, you want to actually make gains, okay? Once you've been in the gym, guys, 2-3 years, you're still dying underneath the 185 bench. You might not even be able to squat 2 plates to parallel yet. Maybe you deadlift 275 to 300, maybe. That gets annoying, all right? You're more than welcome to just be the healthy, fit guy or girl forever. You know, I run around and I'm a healthy BMI and all this stuff. That's fine. Go ahead. Go for it. All right. But if you want to get legitimate size and strength progress, guys, you got to train hard, but train intelligently. That's the big thing a lot of these guys on here miss. Train intelligently and train intensely and eat. And to reiterate this point I've made recently too, even if you are in a deficit at this point, like you're losing a bunch of body fat, once you get down to a comfortable range for you, you still may have to bulk down the line once you trim the fat off. Because a lot of guys who were very overweight or obese with a lot of fat to lose oftentimes they will lose all of that fat, sometimes relatively quickly, which is good, right? But they oftentimes cut their calories excessively to get that lean that quickly. And another big thing too, they're still in novice purgatory with the training. They still do all of the things incorrectly we've been talking about. So you might lose all the fat, but you're not gonna gain much, if any, muscle during that process if you're doing this incorrectly. Then you lose all that body fat, and then you're like, I still don't like this, okay? So you must train properly, and if you are cutting now, guys, make sure to keep your protein high. I would say carbs before and after the workout's a good time if you incorporate them. And then have your healthy fats, of course. But that's the basic thing here, guys. Bulking is pretty much inevitable, whether you're starting now and don't need to, or if you need to do it ASAP. You're gonna have to eat in a surplus eventually for the vast majority of people. It's not a coincidence that the high school wrestlers and football players and other contact sports, their coaches tell them, lift and eat. It's really that simple. Again, all these fitness hustlers on here always try to convolute this and spin it. That's their business model. Tell you not to bulk, you plateau indefinitely, buy their products, little placebo, just make enough progress. I don't know, I think I'm gonna bulk. Oh, you're gonna get fat, don't bulk. Repeat the cycle. No matter how good or bad your genetics are, and no matter your natural status, ultimately, you're never going to reach your peak size or strength without bulking, and you're not gonna do it by only bulking for short time frames. You know, I'm gonna bulk from October until Christmas, because that's when I'm eating a lot of candy. It's like 3 months. Come on, guys. Doing this takes a long time, especially naturally. You're not gonna do this in 3 months. I've said this before, and it always angers the right people, so I'm gonna say it again here. You will more than likely are going to need to bulk for a minimum of 2 years, really consecutively 2 straight years, 700 plus days, calendar days, to really milk out all of your novice and intermediate and beyond strength and size progress. That's simply how it is. When I started this bulk in the fall of 2020, I was 167 pounds. I was struggling to bench 185 for a few. I was squatting 225 for 6. I don't know my exact deadlift, but it was not even up to 4 plates. Fast forward to now, I have benched 275 pounds, back squatted 405 pounds, front squatted 315 pounds, and deadlifted over 500. This is the power of bulking. If you would have told me whenever I was still in novice purgatory that I could have hit these numbers, I would have never believed you. Guess what? You put in the time, you put in the eating for that length of time with the smart training, it can happen, guys. Now, these numbers may sound outlandish for many of you, and not coincidentally, you are the same guys who weigh 160 pounds. Muscle takes a long time, a painstakingly long time to build, guys. Anybody can get their 3 to 5 free pounds of novice muscle. Okay, good job, big deal. Golf clap for you. But if you want to put on legitimate muscle mass, e.g. like 20 plus pounds of lean tissue onto your body, you're gonna have to bulk. Guys, if you want to build a sculpture, but you only have this much clay to work with, you're not gonna make a masterpiece. Now, on to the next point. I do not have as big of an appetite as I thought I did. When I was younger, I liked to snack a lot, you know what I mean, like on sweets. You know, I'm Italian too, so a lot of pasta, a lot of bread, all that type of stuff, a lot of cheese. And people in my family would be like, look at you with your big appetite, right? So I thought. I'll tell you this, guys. If you think you have a big appetite, but you're not really sure, the best way to figure that out is to try to bulk for an extended period on 80 to 90% healthy foods. The dirty bulk fallacy is another point we'll probably get to, but stop thinking, guys, that bulking, it's just, oh, pizza, Wendy's, burgers, ice cream, chocolate, just eating like a pig all the time. You can do that to get cheap calories that way. I don't recommend doing that. Take it slow and steady. You're gonna be able to gain as much muscle while reducing the fat. That's really one of the big things here too. But a number of guys have a hard time even eating at maintenance, and they're 150, 160 pounds. So think about what that guy's gonna have to eat, how long he's gonna have to essentially force feed himself to get up to 180, 190, maybe even 200 down the line. I talked about this before in my video about somatotypes. The trade-off of having a low appetite is that you're more than likely never going to be truly fat as long as you stay active. Now, for the people with very big appetites who can overeat every single day and really not even blink an eye about it, they may be able to gain muscle and strength faster. They may be able to bulk at a faster pace, but they're probably going to have a harder time controlling their body fat accumulation, especially if they have past like food issues like binging, emotional distress, that kind of comfort attachment. But do not let these hustlers on here convince you that bulking automatically is just gaining pounds of fat, power bulking, becoming Cryocose Grizzly, all this stuff, right? As we know, building a muscle in general, even in a surplus, takes a lot of time. And these people online convince you guys that you're going to recomp or main gain or even go into a deficit and still be able to build muscle at any appreciable rate. Once again, guys, open challenge. Try it for yourself. Spend the next 6 months, 12 months eating at maintenance or below. You currently weigh 150, 160 pounds. Report back here after 6 to 12 months. Tell me how far you got. We've discussed ad nauseum on this channel, guys. I gave you a real world example of a viewer who bulked his way into abs. Click on the info card in the top right to watch that full video. But you guys need to stop falling for the ab anxiety trap. Stop looking at these thumbnails and they Photoshop chins onto themselves and they sag over and they Photoshop their muscles to look smaller. The bulk has gone wrong, all this stuff. You guys cannot fall for that marketing. It's not a coincidence that essentially every single guy who promotes that, or woman for that matter, shocker, they also sell a bunch of useless supplements. You can get huge and get ripped abs at the same time with my special supplement. Well, maybe not that special supplement, but that goes into the final point I want to talk about, guys. All right? I've put up numerous pictures of myself and videos on this channel. This is public information, right? I show you guys just mirror images of me. You can see my belly in some of these clips. There's some love handle. I am not a stereotypical lean YouTuber. I'm going to be getting lean this summer as I cut down, but I have had some level of belly and not defined visible abs on this channel for essentially this whole time. I'm not scared to take my shirt off if I don't have the shredded abs, all this stuff. So here's what I'm telling you. If you cannot get over your mental fixation with ab anxiety, I define that as the inability to live a normal, happy, or otherwise fulfilled life without being lean all the time. If you cannot get over that, first of all, I would limit your social media consumption, maybe largely reduce it, except for my videos. But especially if you're a younger viewer and you just go online every day, you know how it is, right? Gymshark, abs, 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 abs. Everybody's just shredded to the bone all the time. Still getting bigger and stronger, of course, coincidentally, right? But you see just abs all the time. And you see it so much, even though fitness is such a small niche, it is very, very popular in the social media space because fitness, at least aesthetics, and even powerlifting and strength, because it's so kind of fast to witness, fitness is made for social media, all right? Quick clips, images, the perfect lighting, photography, all this stuff. Fitness and social media make a great combination. But if you mentally are having a really hard time, you gain a little bit of body fat, oh my god, there it is, and you have to cut. This is the yo-yo dieting cycle of a lot of gym bros and gym girls. You finally decide to bulk, you go a month in, oh my god, I'm getting a little husky, then you stop. You can't mentally handle it. So if that's the case for you, first of all, there's certain people on here you should not be following, like the aforementioned Greg and Jeff, these two schmucks, okay? There's a lot of other ones too, guys. I'm not gonna name a bunch of names here. Those are two of the most prominent guys, right? But you may need to unfollow certain people. You may need to take a break from it. I don't know if you can like block keywords or tags or something. And I know it's difficult because everyone's on social media now. All people talk about social media sucks and it's stupid. All anybody does is use it, all right? Everybody's full of it, okay? But if you need to really cut down on your time, maybe deactivate your Instagram for a period. I can't tell you exactly what to do. In certain scenarios, you may need legitimate like therapy, professional intervention. It is what it is, man. Don't be ashamed of it. If you cannot operate normally without mimicking the looks you see by these popular influencers, your life is going to be a wreck, okay? Work on it. We just saw that YouTuber pass away. I think Scott Murray. I've never seen his content, guys. I saw people commenting, make a video. I really don't know who the guy is, but I looked through his catalog, and a shocker, what was it? Always lean, anabolic eating, low-fat diet, you know, high-protein, high-carb, volume eating to stay shredded all the time, bro. Yeah, that's not very healthy, guys. Low dietary fat over and over, that lean too all the time. Again, I don't know the entire circumstance and context of how he passed, but I can tell you that the diet and the leanness was not helping. If he was a reasonable body fat percentage, say 10% plus for this entire time, that probably would not have happened, okay? And I show you guys a lot too. I have so many messages I get from young men and women both, okay, who essentially develop EDs, mental issues, body dysmorphia, not like social media meme body dysmorphia, legit body dysmorphia. You can't look in the mirror, having breakdowns, binge eating because of the breakdowns, right? These are young people, okay, who don't even compete in anything. They never have and probably never will. I don't think they even want to, but they're still so mentally hung up on the leanness and the abs because they're sucked into the vortex of social media. So that's the final point here, guys. I believe bulking really is a good way to liberate yourself from ab anxiety. Once you finally stick with it, you get the strength and the size that starts coming together, right? You start filling out the shirts and you're not scared of it. That can be mentally liberating, all right? So if you're at a mental point now where you can't handle that, please get the assistance you need. So this has been it, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you, as always, to the Patreon supporters. Drop your comments down below. Be sure to share this video with someone who needs to see it, all your friends who are still scared to bulk, and I will catch you guys next time.